Welcome, and thank you for listening to today's episode of Medical Device Global Market Access by Pure Global, the host here. Today, we are turning our attention to South Korea, a key market in the Asia-Pacific region. Specifically, we'll be discussing significant amendments to the country's Medical Device Act, which were highlighted by the Ministry of Food and Drug Safety, or MFDS, and became effective on July 1st, 2026. This is a crucial update for any medical device manufacturer, importer, or distributor currently operating in or considering entry into the South Korean market. The changes aim to enhance patient safety and strengthen the regulatory framework, bringing new compliance obligations that require immediate attention. The amendments introduce two primary changes that we need to unpack. First, the law now establishes a much clearer and more robust legal basis for the medical device manufacturing and quality management system, Conformity Recognition Scheme. While South Korea has long required a QMS compliant with its Good Manufacturing Practice, or KGMP standards, this amendment solidifies the legal framework for how that conformity is assessed and recognized. It elevates the importance of the scheme from a procedural requirement to a foundational legal mandate, giving the MFDS stronger authority for enforcement and oversight. This means that audits and assessments are likely to become more rigorous, and the expectation for thorough, well-documented quality systems is higher than ever. The second major change directly impacts the medical device supply chain. The amended Act introduces strengthened oversight of distribution practices. This applies to importers, distributors, and even companies that rent out medical devices. Under the new law, these entities are now required to maintain detailed records of their supply chains. This includes tracking where devices are sourced from and to which medical institutions they are delivered. Furthermore, these businesses must now report to the MFDS if they plan to close their business or suspend operations for more than 1 month. The goal here is twofold: to improve post-market surveillance by ensuring full traceability of devices and to prevent disruptions in the supply of necessary medical equipment to patients and healthcare providers. So, who is directly affected by these changes? The impact is broad, covering virtually every stakeholder in the medical device lifecycle within South Korea. Manufacturers, both domestic and foreign, must ensure their QMS documentation and practices are aligned with the newly reinforced legal standards. Importers, distributors, and rental service providers bear the new burden of enhanced record-keeping and reporting. Failure to comply with these new distribution rules can lead to significant penalties, making it essential for these businesses to adapt their operational procedures immediately, now that the July 1st, 2026 effective date has passed. Given that these regulations are now in force, we recommend several practical actions for your regulatory, quality, and market access teams. First, conduct a comprehensive review of your existing QMS documentation. Ensure that it not only meets KGMP standards, but also clearly demonstrates compliance within the context of this new, stronger legal framework. Assume that regulatory scrutiny will increase. Second, for importers and distributors, it is critical to implement or upgrade your record-keeping systems. Your system must be capable of tracking each device from its point of entry into South Korea to its final destination at a medical facility. This data must be readily accessible for inspection by the MFDS. Third, establish clear internal protocols for regulatory reporting. Your team needs a defined process for notifying the MFDS of any business closures or extended suspensions, as now required by law. This should be a standard operating procedure, not an ad hoc task. Finally, for foreign manufacturers, we strongly advise engaging proactively with your South Korean local representative. Confirm that they fully understand these new obligations and have the necessary systems in place to manage the new record-keeping and reporting requirements on your behalf. Their compliance is your compliance. These amendments represent a significant step by the MFDS to tighten regulatory control and enhance patient safety, and proactive compliance is the only way to ensure uninterrupted market access. If navigating these changes in South Korea or other global markets seems daunting, Pure Global is here to help. Check the description for a link to our free AI-powered regulatory tools and our extensive device database. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time.